Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another video of ours. And this is a video I enjoy doing every year where I rank the top under 21 players in the league, in my opinion. I usually do Premier Division, to be fair at this one. Sometimes I get to do First Division as well, but definitely focusing on Premier Division today. There's a couple of things within this as well. The biggest point I'll make is that the player has to be obviously under 21, but also can I have played more than 10 matches for the club in the Premier Division? Just to throw that in there as well. Mostly youth products as well. They've come from the academies of their clubs or were signed and put into the academies of their clubs. So that's the caveats involved in this. Number 10, we'll start off at number 10. Obviously, we'll work our way down. And I have put these in order. Again, this is my opinion, guys. If there's any players not on the list, let me know down in the comments. Someone that you think is a player to keep an eye on in 2024, do let me know. Or even make your own lists and put them down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, guys. It helps us with YouTube algorithm, etc. Like the video and all that good stuff. But number 10, we'll start off with Mayo Animson. Now, I may have butchered that name, but I do know the player. Dundalk player, 20 years of age, centre back. Came through at Dundalk in 2021, way back when, really 3 years ago. He was only 17 and he made his debut against St Moctus in the FAI Cup. Went on to make a couple of more appearances for Dundalk as well that particular season. At the time, at 17, he was obviously very raw, but you could see some aspects of his game that could be worked on. Quick defender, which means you could use a high line with him. Agile defender as well. A lot of things he could have improved on, maybe his ball use and bits and pieces like that, and just in terms of learning the game. But he was at Dungannon Swifts last year in the Irish League, where he went on to make 29 appearances for the club. So going off playing senior football and getting that loan experience behind him will be massive for him going forward. He signed a new contract for Dundalk in January this year as well. So he's a player that obviously Dundalk want to hold on to and keep an eye on. And you know, he's played a couple of pre-season matches for them now. So he's part of the first team squad this season. And but with Dundalk, you know, they've had issues with their squad, let's say, and maybe haven't got the players they wanted to get in, etc., etc. The options of centre-back are a little bit limited as well. So for him, from his point of view, he should be looking at this saying, look, this is my chance now to stamp my authority in this first team and really get games this season. And be interested to see if he can get the games and how much he's improved since basically I last saw him in 2021. So he's at number 10. Now, number 9, I've put Billy Gilmore of Bohemians in the list, a central midfielder. Not to mistake the Billy Gilmore that's playing for Brighton in the English Premiership. Billy Gilmore is 18 years of age. Midfielder, tidy player, was under 19s player of the year for Bohemians last season, which means he's been promoted to the first team squad this season. Now, the question for Billy really is, will there be opportunities there? Because Bows are still fairly stacked in the central midfield, in my opinion. They've got Adam McDonald, young McMahon is still there, James Clark, Jordan Flores, Keith Buckley, to name a few. So the opportunities might be difficult for him, but as I said, under 19s player of the year last season, there's always opportunities at Bows for a young player if you can prove that you're good enough. And you know, he can look at previous players before, like, you know, Ross Tierney, obviously Devoy recently, and very recently McManus as role models really to get into this team. Bohemians obviously have had problems recruiting players this season as well, but as I said, they are kind of well stacked in the midfield sectors. However, if he performs well in training and shows what he can do, I still think there's opportunities for him to get in the team. It's not as if it's the Shamrock Rovers midfield or the Derry City midfield, for example. So a player to watch is Billy Gilmore, Bohemians. Now, number 8, we have Adam Quay of Waterford FC. And Waterford have often brought through players through the ranks, very good young players through their youth system, youth academy as well. And Adam Quay is no different. So there's an opportunity, I think, for Adam to possibly get certainly some games this season in the Waterford FC team. He's only 17 years of age. He's a centre-back. But Waterford's options as centre-back at this moment in time, I suppose they're low enough. They've got Kasper Radowski, who actually came in from Bows, of course. They've got McCourt, who isn't a natural centre-back. Darren Lee can play there, not a natural centre-back. So there's an opportunity for him. He's got good leadership qualities as well. He's captained pretty much every Waterford side at underage, and I'm told he's got excellent leadership qualities about him. Very quick defender as well. So that gives an opportunity for Keith Long to maybe play a higher line should he choose to do so. And should he choose to do so, Adam is perfect for that role. Someone with leadership traits like that at the age of 17 is huge, I think. He's obviously got a very kind of calming personality, if that's the case, on the pitch. So Adam Quay is definitely one to watch. He's capped under 16 level for the Republic of Ireland as well. So Adam Quay is going in our list at number 8. Now, number 7, I've gone for Tiernan McGinty of Derry City, an 18-year-old attacking midfielder, can play a number of roles which might suit his chances of getting into the Derry side this season. Now, it'd be very difficult to just get into the Derry side straight away with all the players they have in those positions, but I can see him getting appearances throughout the season. He scored in his Derry City debut last season at the age of 17, which was a fantastic feat for him, for a 17-year-old to come in and score on your Derry City debut. He's tall, athletic, and he's got an eye for goals. So with those attributes, he's got a number of positions you could play in. You could play as that attacking midfielder, as I said. You could play maybe left, right, and even deeper. So he's got those attributes. Only 18 years of age, as I said. He was signed for Finn Harps at the age of 16. So better get that in there before Finn Harps fans might start giving out about that one. But he's a player that was signed for Finn Harps and has been in the Derry Academy since the age of 16. Another player to watch out for is Tiernan McGinty. Now, number 6, I've gone for Emre Toku of Drogheda United. Now, the Turkish under-18 international has been in and around the Drogheda first team squad for a number of seasons now, but still only 18 years of age. Central midfield player, a tidy midfield player. Maybe hasn't quite got the strength yet, but he is only 18 years of age, to be fair to. He's made 9 appearances for Drogheda United over the last couple of seasons, so he's just about eligible for this particular list. Now, this might be the season, the breakthrough season for him. You've got Gary Deegan in the midfield, who's now 36. Matthew O'Brien is a young player, good player. He's still there, and he is actually one to watch as well, but he was signed from Longford. And you have Oisin Gallagher, who's on loan at the club as well. But there's still an opportunity there for Emre to, if he can show what he can do in training, etc., and shine, an opportunity for him to get in the team in midfield. He's a player that's very tidy on the ball. He is a good passer of the ball, and he can get around the pitch. So I think this could be the year, I think, to be fair, for Emre to really step up and make a name for himself. So number 6, I've got Emre Toku, Drogheda United. Now into the top 5, and it's another Bohemian FC player that gets into this list, and it's Nixon Oken. And again, Bohemians haven't got, he's a striker, but he can also play left wing and right wing, so that gives him a greater chance of getting more minutes on the field. He made a couple of appearances for the club last season, and he scored a famous goal for the Republic of Ireland under 17s when he came on as a sub and scored a goal in the 96th minute against Cyprus to bring them to the Euros. A player that has been linked with big clubs abroad, the likes of Crystal Palace, etc. But with Bow's options maybe lacking a little bit up front, they only have Reinhardt really and Akintunde. They might bring in someone else. But again, if he can show his worth and show that he's ready, there's opportunities for him to get into the Bohemian side. There's no doubt about that. He's a quick player. He's agile and he has an eye for a goal, obviously. But as I said, he can play as an inside forward left and inside forward right as well. And they could be positions he could be worked in. He was his under-19's top scorer last season. So Oken and Gilmore were the 2 players that really stood out for the Bows under-19s last season who had a good side. So another player for Bohemians that maybe they could use this season. Bohemians fans obviously not happy with some of the recruitment, but they've got 2 very good young players that could be implemented very well into this squad. So number 5, it's Nixon Oken. And number 4, we've got Owen Elden of Sligo Rovers. And yes, that's right, he is son of Anthony Elden, who scored a famous FAI Cup winning goal in 2013. He's only 17 years of age and he's a striker. He's a striker. Could he follow in the footsteps of Johnny Kenny at Sligo Rovers? Is he the next Johnny Kenny as such? He made 4 appearances for the club last year. As I said, only 17 years of age. all off the bench, but still 4 appearances. He signed a new contract just after Christmas as well, so he'll be looking, even at 17, I think he'll be looking to kick on this season. Again, opportunities there at Sligo up front. I think if he can show what he can do in training, train well, and really show John Russell what he's about, in which I'm sure he has already. That's why he signed a new contract and made 4 appearances from the bench at just 17 last year. So he's good chance he's scoring his first goal for Sligo next season. So definitely Owen Elden is one to keep an eye on, and he could be, so to speak, the joker in the pack for Sligo this season. Now into the top 3, and at number 3 it's Mason Melia of St Patrick's Athletic. Mason is the youngest player in this list. He's only 16 years of age. Signed the contract there at the end of the year for St Patrick's Athletic, keeping him at the club for another couple of seasons. Youngest player now in the League of Ireland to have scored when he scored last season against UCD in the league at 15 years of age. It's incredible stuff, really. Now, Mason Melia is a striker, but I have a feeling he might be used when he's used by Pats this season. Maybe used up front at times, but I have a feeling he'll be used as an inside forward on other occasions, playing off maybe Keishing, playing off maybe Tommy Lonergan, for example. I just think that's the way he'll be used. He's made 10 appearances as well for St Patrick's Athletic already at that age, scored 2 goals. Again, just about eligible for the list, and has come through the Irish youth ranks, under 15, under 16, under 17 and under 18s. Scored 11 goals between those underage Ireland sides as well. So he's a massive talent, and I don't know what the future will hold for him, but this season's going to be a bit of a breakout season for him. I do think Pats have a lot of options in the forward line, but he will get minutes, he will get games, and it'll be interesting to see how he can really handle, you know, senior football. He did come on in the FAI Cup final and actually perform very well, and there was a game at the end of the season last season where they played Shamrock Rovers, where Shamrock Rovers actually won the title, but he started that game against a good Rover side. Remember in that game thinking he held himself very well physically against obviously the best side in the country. So Mason Melia in my list at number 3. Now number 2, I've gone for Romeo Aaku for Waterford FC. He's the second Waterford player in this list. Romeo is only 17 years of age and has been linked with some absolutely massive clubs in the likes of the Premier League and beyond, in fact, as well. The likes of Arsenal have been linked, Man City have been linked. It's massive, isn't it, to even have clubs like that looking at you. It's great for the League of Ireland. There's a number of players. Mason Melia has been looked at by Man City, so he was. Sam Curtis, for example, before he went abroad, being looked at massive clubs as well, ended up going to Sheffield United, who were still a big club in their own right, and it's massive for this league in a general sense when you see that. But Romeo's been outstanding last year in the First Division. He gets in because he's only played First Division for Waterford. He played 20 times last season, scored 3 goals, and that was a hat-trick in a game against Athlone, which he came off the bench with about 30 minutes to go and scored a hat-trick to get Waterford into the First Division playoff final. And he's got real qualities, very good on the ball, good ball carrier, but really good dribbling. Close control is excellent, so it is. And he can play in a number of positions as well. Attacking midfielder through the middle, on the left, on the right, could probably play up front if you needed to as well. So he gives you that versatility of areas where he can play on the pitch and really be a serious attacking threat for Waterford this season. Be interested to see if he kind of gets to start games. He is only 17, but he still has serious quality, so he does. And he's played for underage Irish teams through the ranks as well, and he's been excellent. So signed a contract with Waterford last July as well, so you're hoping that if he does go, you're hoping that the likes of these players get a bit more money for these clubs than they usually do. But he's a really excellent player and one to watch in 2024. Romeo Aaku. Now number 1, Iverahane, I've gone for Nihad Razza of Shamrock Rovers. There's an underage Irish under 17 international. I believe he's of Algerian extraction, so he could move on there as well one day. But all the big clubs have been looking after this guy. The 2 Madrids, Atletico, Real Madrid, have been looking at him. Made 3 appearances for Shamrock Rovers last season. I remember watching him in a live game in Turner's Cross in the league where he started. Real top talent, only 17 years of age. Centre midfielder. Rovers are stacked in the centre midfield, but this guy is excellent. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get games in 2024. Real low centre of gravity, I should say. So he's very agile, good quick turn, good dribbling ability, can get around the pitch. I remember seeing his heat map against Cork and he was everywhere. Could probably play a number of roles, number 10, normal centre midfield role, but I think a role that might suit him really well is that deep line playmaking role where you pick up the ball off centre backs and get things moving. I think this guy is definitely going to be a big player in the coming years, and Shamrock Rovers hopefully will utilise him a bit this season. As I say, they've got a lot of big options in the centre midfield, but he adds to that, and a player that's very exciting to watch. You know, you could call him maybe a Xavi type player in League of Ireland, League of Ireland terms, a Xavi type player if you haven't seen him play before. He's a really, really, really good player. Crafty midfielder, could score goals, but I think he could be excellent in that deep line playmaking role. One to watch, and he makes my number 1. But that's it, guys. That's the end of the video. 10 to 1. You could, jumble up this list any way you want, to be honest with you. There's some really excellent young players in this list. An awful lot of them about around 17, 18 that I've chosen as well. So let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe give me your list. Any players I've missed out that you would have in the list on a personal level, let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed the video. And hit your bell notification button so you are aware of our uploads. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you later. Let us know down in the comments what you thought. Thank you. Bye bye.